Yo, what up everybody? So today we're gonna have a conversation about Toneri. Now, if you guys are familiar with my older content, you know I'm not a big fan of this guy. Like, you know I'm not a big fan of Toneri. Like, I absolutely hate, and I cannot stress, I hate this character. The way that some of you guys hate Sakura, that's the way I hate Toneri. Like, I hate this dude. However, as I was going back and I was re-watching the versus Momoshiki arc, for those of you who don't know, that's basically the retelling of Naruto Boruto the movie, which came out in 2015. When I was going back and I was re-watching that, man, I'm not even gonna front. I realized, oh man, Toneri's gonna be important to the future of the series. Like, the fact that Urashiki had the balls to come find this dude and confront him, and the fact that the anime even took the time out to have that dialogue between these characters. They're setting up the importance of this guy in the future. Now, the reason why I think this is important is when you go back to that scene, you get introduced to a few different things. Like, one of the things you get introduced to is the fact that he tells Toneri, he says that the main branch of the Otsutsuki clan had observed everything over the course of the millennium, including the attempt that Toneri made in Naruto the Last, where he attempted to destroy the earth. And he pointed out the fact that, you know, Toneri basically had a change of heart and is now acting as a protector to the planet of Earth. And because of that, because he betrayed their clan, you had that moment where Urashiki seals him away in this time freezing jutsu that keeps him trapped for, I believe, 10 to 20,000 years. I don't remember the exact time. I just remember that it was a 5-digit length of time. And this is what's crazy, right? The fact that he saw Toneri as being that much of a threat, or having created such a mess, that he did such a crime, that he handed out a punishment like that, it just shows you this guy is eventually going to come back. He's eventually going to come back. And the reason why I think that this is possible is Toneri, as he was monitoring the efforts of Momoshiki and Kinshiki and Urashiki as they're making their way to the planet of Earth, he noted the fact that Boruto isn't powerful enough for the threat to come, and he referred to Boruto's jougan eye as being the eye of hope. And for those of you who are unaware, I have a video on the channel talking about Boruto's jougan explained, where I go over everything we know about the jougan, including some of the abilities that have been introduced and explained in other outlets. And I'll leave that in the end credits to this video for you guys to check out. But in one of those things I talked about the fact that one of the animators or illustrators for the Boruto anime talked about the fact that the jougan is going to be more powerful than the Tensigan, which is absolutely crazy. And when you look at Toneri's statement, it kind of adds into that. And this is the thing, Urashiki is still out there, and Urashiki flat out says that he knows that Toneri did something to Boruto, which we all know is probably going to be the jougan. And so the fact that that is out there, and you have that huge tease with Momoshiki after he goes through with the curse on Boruto, the fact that that little statement's out there, it shows that this guy's eventually going to come back to the main part of the story. And I mean, this is something I wanted to talk about in the Urashiki video about Urashiki returning, but I wanted to talk about this separately because I find it very fascinating in the fact that we could very well begin a scenario where the person who was vying for Hinata's oh, screw it, I'm gonna go off base. I don't care right now. I'm just gonna go all the way off base, man. The fact that you have the guy who was vying for the position to be able to cream pie Hinata and leave the nuts hanging out of her and give Hinata the privilege of giving birth to Boruto. The fact that Toneri was vying for that right with Naruto, and Naruto hit him with a Rasengan to the face and Hinata plucked out his eyes. The fact that this guy is going to be essentially doing something that's going to put the son of his romantic rival in the position to where he could save not just the world, but potentially the universe. That is something I find absolutely fascinating. And the reason why I say the universe is, like, the Otsutsuki go from planet to planet harvesting. They harvest. And so the fact that you have these beings out here and Boruto could be the key to stopping them, it will be absolutely crazy if we find out that there's some dormant chakra left in Toneri where he can pass it on, and Boruto can activate a weakened version of the Tensigan chakra mode. And you add that with the jougan jougan and that karma seal that he got from Momoshiki? What if we have that moment where Toneri is actually, after he's been released, maybe after Sasuke, somebody frees him, or maybe, God forbid, Naruto actually knows a sealing jutsu that came from the Uzumaki clan that can be applied to it, but God forbid that happens, that the main character uses a jutsu from his clan. Who would have thought that been a good idea? I guess nobody that does the Naruto anime or the Boruto anime, but that's another rant for another day. But what if that happens and you have Toneri teaching Boruto how to effectively use his karma seal? I know that currently that's happening in the manga, that Boruto's being taught how to use his karma seal, but who better to show him how to use that than someone from the Otsutsuki clan? But I want to know what you guys think. How do you think Toneri's going to come back to the story, and do you think it's a good idea for him to come back to the story? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an incredible day, guys.